My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Disclaimer! Some of you are going to hate me for this episode. But I gotta go here. So, what if life was actually too easy for you? I was just waiting to see if someone's going to jump onto my computer and hit me. So, if someone would have said this to me 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I would have been so angry because not only had I completely decided that life is just hard for me, but I was trying to prove to the world how freaking hard it was for me. In fact, it's been like a present energy my whole life. And something I've had to really work at breaking down and letting go, because I have this almost auto response system to like going into it. And that's okay, because we have the tools. We're going to explore today what is true for you. So what if everything was actually too easy, but that doesn't mean that you're allowing it to be as easy as it could. Okay, so maybe you're less mad. All right, good. On this show, often I use the Access Conscious Clearing Statement. I already sense it's going to come up today, so I will just throw it out there now. If you're new to the show, if you've never heard of Access Consciousness or the Clearing Statement, here it goes. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. That is the Access Conscious Clearing Statement. It is our magic wand. I will have a link in the description if you want to check out at www.theclearingstatement.com for more information. I'm not going to go into it today. It's just our magic today. So this whole easy thing, right? Not a lot of us grew up in the sense of it's okay for things to be easy. Some people totally did, but I'm talking like the majority, right? You're supposed to kind of work hard, just to be a hard worker. And like, even, if you're making out a resume, there's one of the things that we're taught, like, this is something that employers look for. They want a hard worker. Okay. So that means that working hard is really good. If you wrote on your resume, you should totally hire me because everything's really easy for me and I never work hard. Would you get hired? I mean, maybe some employers might go for it, but you never work hard? If your relationship isn't hard work, does that mean you're like not putting in the work? You're even like, oh my God, people in their own like spiritual growth, they're like, I'm putting in the work. I've heard this, like I'm putting in the work with me and like doing that self-development work, right? Not just ease and easy. But here's the thing, is that wizards, magicians, the magic folk, they have a capacity to have everything be easy. They have the capacity to have as if things to show up as if by magic. That doesn't mean that they're allowing it. It doesn't mean that they're choosing it. But what if today we could explore allowing it a little bit more, to choose it a little bit more, and see what miracles might start to show up in your life. So what have you made, if you look at yourself now, what have you made right about things not being easy? About your life not being easy, or your parenting not being easy? About, I even remember I would work out 2 hours a day, 6 days a week. I only took a rest day because all the books I read told me that a body needed a rest day. And I was making like embodiment hard work. And I was going to prove that I was doing it right. And I'm going to do it. Because proving is hard work. And this reality is hard work. And I did that. And it was interesting because I tap into the body that I had then and then the body that I occupy now, where nothing's really hard. And there's so much more magic present. Change occurs instantly. And more communion and gratitude. When my parenting is hard, every time parenting, I'm like, oh God, this is so hard. And I start to ask questions as I do. I go into the curious zone and I start to look at what is this? More often than not, somewhere I'm not actually being me. I'm parenting either from fear or I'm parenting from someone else's point of view. And that's creating the difficulty in my parenting. I'm like, oh, so if it's just being me here, how would I be? And then everything gets easy again. Look at that with your finances. Like, our finances easy for you. Our money flows is profit easy for you. Profitable living, wealth, riches. Is that easy for you? If you get yes, then how much are you being you there? Now, if you said no, then you could ask, who am I being with finances and revenue and money? Who am I being right now? What am I being right now? If I was being me with profitability, who would I be? How would I be? Where would I be? What would I be? When would I be? But you're asking for you. What if those places where something's not ease and you're not having an easy time with it, you could go into the question, am I actually willing to have this be easy? And sometimes it's no. And that's okay. You don't have to judge yourself. But if you acknowledge, okay, I'm not actually allowing this to be easy, then you can also acknowledge that you have the choice for it to be easy. But how often do we buy that we don't have a choice? This is the only way. This is the only way to get across Canada is to walk. Well, there's driving, flying, and horseback, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you could be on a hand glider for part of it, and you could be on a bike for the other part, and then maybe you find a dragon along the way and you're just flying. What if there were infinite possibilities with everything? So when something's not very easy, you could ask, am I not allowing this to be easy? Because so often we are the ones making it hard. We're literally fighting. We're fighting for or against something, or avoiding that which would make this easy. Oh my God, say, oh, I have to do this thing and it's so difficult and I don't know how to do it. And it's oh, why don't you just ask your brother? He knows how to do that. No, I'm not going to ask him. We got into a fight 3 years ago. I'm never going to ask him for anything again. Oh, okay. But that's a choice. It's a choice not to have ease. And that's okay, but acknowledge it. What if you acknowledge that there was ease there? There was a space of possibility of ease, but you didn't choose it. Where else are you not choosing it? And then why are you not choosing it? What are all your presumptive, what do you presume will happen if you choose ease? That's another one to open the box on. Get curious, maybe write a list. What do you presume will happen if everything's easy. Some people are afraid that they're going to get bored, you know? Like, have you ever heard someone say, like, I like a challenge? I used to say that. I like a challenge. And I'm like, oh, no. Because then the universe gives me more challenges. I'm not sure I really want a challenging life anymore. I think I would like a magical life. I like when there's magic. I like when there's more magic. I like when things show up as if by magic. Universe, can I have more of that, please? When things show up as if by magic. That easy. That much ease. Anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy it and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pop and pot, all 9 shorts, boys, pull bats, and beyonds. So are you willing to have it be too easy? And see what comes up when you ask that question. Explore it, like really explore it in your world for a minute. Are you going, oh my goodness, that no one will appreciate me, no one's going to acknowledge me, they won't validate me if they don't say I worked hard. That's not the right thing to do. That's not the right way to be. Maybe you're proving that you care by working hard. I'm a good parent because I bust my ass every day for my kids. What if you didn't have to bust your ass every day for your kids and you were still a phenomenal parent or a phenomenal wife or husband, partner, playmate? If you didn't have to prove that you cared or prove that you did a good job, prove that you're valuable. What if just because something was easy doesn't mean it's not valuable? Think of some people are naturally talented at singing or art or acting or athletics. They're just naturally, and do they hone that talent and work on that? Of course. They just have this natural talent and ability because it came easy. What natural talents and abilities do you have that actually come easy to you that you've been denying or avoiding because it would make your life too easy? What if it's okay to have an easy life, no matter what you've been told? What if it is okay? What if it is not actually wrong? What if you're not a traitor to this reality just because you have an easy life? Just because you chose an easy life? What if it doesn't make your life less valuable? If it doesn't make you less valuable? In some ways, like if you look at it in the, let's take the singing world, okay? So you have someone that has a natural born talent, gift, capacity with singing, and they just have such ease with it. And then they explore it, and then the world finds out. And the world, what do? Do they go, oh, she was born with that? We only want to go see the people that had to struggle hard to learn how to sing. No, they're almost like acknowledged to a different degree. Same with athletes, like that young, naturally talented athlete that just comes up and just like is the star of the show, right? We don't go, oh, well, that came easy to him, so we don't want him on our team. But so if you wouldn't do that there, why are you doing it over here? Oh, dinner was so easy to make, so it can't be that tasty. Let me make it more complicated next time. School was too easy for me, so that it can't be that good. Let me take longer. Let me tie my hands behind my back and my legs and put duct tape over my mouth, and then I'll try and do things that other people can't do. but then it will be valuable because at a challenge. So everywhere you've been saying, I like a challenge, I need a challenge. Well, you destroy and create all that, right, wrong, good, bad, talk about it all, name, shorts, boys, poems, and beyonds. Rather than asking for a challenge, you could ask, how could this be more interesting? How could this be more fun? What if your life didn't have to be a challenge? And what if you never had to prove anything ever again? Especially that you worked hard or you tried hard, you gave it your all. I know that a lot of people in this reality make that valuable. If you need to pretend it, but don't buy it as real and true. If you want to truly have the joy of the ease that being a wizard is, it's a fantastical living to have everything show up as if by magic. What if it wouldn't be boring at all? What if it would be a display of miracles, moment to moment? That doesn't seem boring to me. To have the ease of ask and you shall receive. To know that it is that easy. So will you allow it to be that easy? Will you stop avoiding everything that would make your life and everyone that would make your life easy? So where are you avoiding everything and everyone that would make your life, your living so easy? Keep looking at that. Keep looking at where you've made challenges more valuable, or hard work more valuable. And to tell you, when someone, like, I've had a lot of people come and work on my team, and I've had people try and prove to me like how hard they worked on something. And there's always this heavy like weight to that energy. And then the lightness of when someone's like, oh, I don't even know what I was doing, but I just did this. Is this what you want? And I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I want. That took you like 3 minutes. Awesome. Can I give you more money? But this reality is set up a little different, right? It's like, especially if you're like paid by the hour. What used to happen to me is I would get everything done in like a tenth of the time that it was supposed to take. So then I would do more work because I was just sitting there and I was paid by the hour. So I'd have to like, so I'd end up doing like 10 times more work than anyone else. And I would almost get like a little bitter about that. But one, what if that's actually fun for you? And it was for me. I just wasn't acknowledging it. I like that. I like being the speed of space. I like getting things done fast. And then at the times when I don't, I'm like, okay, how long would it take a normal person to do this? I'm like, oh, like 2 days. Okay. So I'll just allow this to take 2 days. That's how you get to play with this reality and have the ease of it. You don't have to fight against it or defend for or against it. You get to just have that joyful ease of being the magic of you. I hope that this episode was a contribution to you. I've been getting so much beautiful feedback lately, and thank you. It creates a lot for me. So it really inspires me to keep creating these every week for you guys. So thank you for joining me in the Curious Universe, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye for now. Thank you for exploring the Curious Universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?